Okay, awesome. And we can start. Okay, welcome everyone. Please don't get interrupted when I will let people in. Just don't worry, I will try to manage because my assistant, she is still on vacations, and I think as a lot of people. That means let's start. Basically, what is the reason I do run those webinars? Is just to give you an idea what kind of frameworks and systems I'm using for my business and for my clients. That's the first thing. And why I would like to share it is because they changed my business absolutely amazing way. And I will show you some results. I will show you some study cases at the end and show you how that can actually work. And maybe you will be able to take it and implement it into your business or think about your business results a little bit different way. And what I will do as well, there are two frameworks that I want to show you. That's critical alignment model and also success principles that I use. And I will give you some examples because I want to be sure that you have tools that you can take away, you can implement them, and you can do something with them. I don't want you to just lose 60 minutes of time here and just listen and get nothing. That means if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. And yeah, I will be happy to talk to you as well afterwards. That means regarding myself, I have who I am, like I'm 20 years in business, almost 20 years right now. And I had businesses all around the world in Europe, in Thailand and Caribbean and Australia right now. And I studied a lot and I'm still studying, as you can see, like, of course, masters in economics is important for business. I guess it helped me so much to see the business direction and how that is connected with our economy and markets change. Certified professional coach and NLP practitioner. And basically the last 5-6 years, I'm studying very deeply in a business, actually, how our thinking and behavior is changing our results and how we can actually help our business to grow through different thinking profiles and managing ourselves different way. Because I believe, or what I believe, success can be actually learned and can be developed. That means if you have strategies, right strategies, you can become whatever you want, whoever you want, and you can actually get results you want. That means that's all what I want to show you today. And just a few different results from the past. That basically, I was coach in American company, Grand Circle Cruise Line, and we work with two different teams, and we increase the customer satisfaction from 62% to 19%. And it is basically it's in the major thing. Every improvement in your business will increase your revenue. That means if you focus on customers, that's the best thing you can do on your clients. That means that if you try to really work on the excellence delivery, excellence product, and really make everything the best for your clients and create that experience, you will be able to actually achieve massive results. That means through different businesses, you can see that we always basically increase the revenue, we always increase the sales. And I also help the Coaching Institute in Melbourne to coach actually their coaches and clients, because there is a lot of students, a lot of people, they're trying to start a business. And that's probably the most passionate part for me, because it's easy now for me, but because I started 5 businesses, I believe it was really hard at the beginning for my first business. That means in general, what we deliver when we work with clients, it always end up with an increase in revenue, in sales, in your clients. And I always said, what is most important as the money in your bank account. That means if you think that you're fine, you're doing well, and you kind of enjoying your business, but you still can see the increase in your bank account, that something is not working well. That means something has to be changed. We change everything through the systems and processes, because systems and processes are basically your steps, how you do your sales, your prospecting, how you do your business. And it's really important to change them if they're not working, and change them actually really fast. And I just share a few different studies, basically why thinking and behavior strategies are important. And you have research from Deloitte in Australia, you have research from Harvard Business School, and probably you read Harvard Business Reviews. There's a massive growth through actually changing our behaviors and changing how we do things. That means it's really start to managing ourselves and our business a little bit different way. And that's why I share usually the success principles, or I share different frameworks, because thinking through frameworks actually help us to think differently. And what I would like to introduce today is a critical alignment model. That's my business blueprint that I use for my business, and I use it in my course. I use it with my clients. And basically there are four elements, major four elements for this: environment, structure, people, and implementation. I put implementation at the end because like 99% people you can see running around, they're busy, they're doing so much stuff, and they're doing. And probably maybe you are one of them that's just doing a lot. And sometimes we forget to actually evaluate every week or check what we are actually doing and how we are doing that and what is the purpose of our activities. And it's so important to have first that environment. What I mean by environment is quality of the business prepared and have strong foundation for your business growth. After that, you can take that environment or that quality of the business and take it to the structures and systems and ops manuals, and you can create your steps. And people always is important to understand who we are working with, who we need to have around, and actually where we can find our potential clients. And if we know all this, if we have that all knowledge and processes, we can actually start to implement things, and we can actually take action. When we're taking action before all those three steps, we usually don't get results. And I always said we can fast track your results if you really think about everything what you do before you do it. And I will go a little bit deeper in environment and each category. That means environment is your purpose, is your why. That means it's your goal. What do you want to achieve in your business, or what do you want to achieve this month or in 3 years? It's very important because you will behave different way. Think about that the way that, okay, someone wants $100,000 a year and someone wants 2 million a year. When you break it down, for someone that wants to achieve 100,000 revenue, it's only around $10,000 or $8,000 a month, basically revenue, what is not actually such a massive action. And so maybe it's not that much money spent on marketing activities or sales activities or campaigns. But for a person that is going to achieve first million or second million, it's going to be a lot of marketing budget. Sorry, I will mute you. It will be a lot of marketing budget and sales budget. That means it will be a lot of probably money to spend on that part. And also the activity and action has to be really, really much bigger. Even when you think about the amount of subscribers or amount of your clients, you need a higher number for 1 million revenue. That means really need to think about the outcome, because based on outcome, we will be able to set up our actions, our activities, and our daily routines. When you want to have $100,000, I don't expect you to wake up at 4 a.m. and work, till 7 or do so many things. But if you really want your first million from maybe first $100,000, yes, I will expect you to probably wake up at 4 a.m. and really start to think about that, how we're going to do it. The major thing is I don't want people to do a lot. I will rather have people to do less, but higher quality of action. I will explain that a little bit later. But yeah, what is important, beliefs, Preeti, you will probably know what I'm talking about, but beliefs not only in ourselves, but if you don't believe in our product, if you don't believe in our products, services, if you don't believe they're high quality, we will probably have really, really hard time to sell. That means think about that. Why is it important that we need to first work on our real beliefs, and we need to we need to understand what we believe about ourselves, what we believe about products. And if we believe there is something maybe not 100%, or we don't believe it's that great, we need to go back to our product or service and redevelop something or change something. But also there are people that can be really stuck in that perfection. That means really understand where is that perfectionism, when actually that is stopping us to take action, or like is really something that needs to be improved. And how I usually say it, you can check it out, it's test it. My first program 2 years ago, we tested on a group of 20 people first. And after 4 months, we got amazing results and feedback. And we had to actually cut off some materials and some topics because there was too much. That means develop something straight away, start, don't wait, don't have everything prepared, you know, in your perfection way, because that's again procrastination. What are our values and attitudes? I met so many business owners and so many people in, for example, in career and in mining. I had a few meetings yesterday, and it was so interesting to see people with that attitude. Yes, I want to achieve this. Yes, I'm driven, and yes, I want to help others. And yes, I know, I understand I have to have a lot of money, because if I will have more money, I will help more people. And there are people, they're like, oh, I don't need a lot. That's fine, you know. And yeah, I'm not all about money. And they had totally different attitude, totally different values. And I said, if you want to help people, you need to make money, because through money you can actually help all charities. You can probably help people that don't have food, and you can actually create a change. I'm not saying you need a lot, but it's always helpful, because you can help a little bit now. I'm sure you can help, because we help already. This year we spent around 5,500 for charity. That means we actually give away some money, but it was more through, I don't know, we bought socks for people, or we bought some books, or we spent some time with people. Like we did a lot of stuff. But on the other hand, that's your attitude and your beliefs in your money, or in about money mindset, or your attitude towards your goals, and how you want to have your business, and what you want to achieve basically with your business and beyond. Your mindset is really important. Emotional intelligence, self-leadership, that's we will talk about that in course, this self-efficacy and agency. And understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and really understand what you need to change, or what can be actually run better way. But it's all about self-management. And when you think about your business, always beliefs, values, attitudes important, and outcome you want to achieve. As I mentioned, is different when you want to have your $100,000 year, or you want to have your first $1 million year, or second $1 million year. It's so different. Your action will be so different. And the second part is structure. What I mean by structure is basically all your systems and what needs to be implemented into business. Now, when we know that we need to change our attitude, and we need to, for example, work different way, and we need to upgrade our beliefs, and what will help us, we know we need to go for a run, or we need to change our food example, or we run some amazing campaign on Facebook or LinkedIn, and we realize that we don't have results. And now we're thinking, okay, what we need to take care of is usually what platform we need. For example, Facebook doesn't need to work for you. Maybe it's LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn didn't work this way because I did campaign. Let's say I need to change the campaign, but I need to maybe connect with people different way. Maybe I didn't target the right audience. You need to have categories. You need to have departments and systems. You need to understand what is the content or structures or processes for your sales, for your prospecting, for your marketing, for your delivery, for your administration. That means all departments in your business need to be very clear. What are the steps? What are the checklists, processes? What are the benchmarks? Benchmarks are basically the ideal, the best practices. That means if, like, for example, I have the sales process. I know if I'm doing my LinkedIn strategy, I don't waste time on campaigns. I just start them and let them actually going. And while I'm doing that, I have the sales navigator. That's the paid LinkedIn. And I'm starting to look for the right audience. That means I'm connecting with people that I know this year want to work with. I'm not just sending messages to everyone. I'm not just saying like, oh yeah, I will try coaches this time, or yes, I will try maybe accountants now. It's more really strategically thinking, like, what is the category? What is the exact business? What is exactly my avatar? Who I want to work with? Or if I'm starting the course, I'm thinking who I want to have in the course. What will be great mix of people? If I have marketing, like now I had the first lady that signed up in December. She was marketing coordinator or marketing manager. Then of course I'm going to create the group of people. I'm not going to actually add on another marketing manager, because there will be competition in the group. That means you need to understand strategically how you're going to work within your industry. You need to know, for example, we're using Ascension Model. I don't know if any one of you guys know Ascension Model. Please feel free to put something in chat, yes or no. But Ascension Model is kind of like a 3 different steps of your product or services. That means you have different pricing, and usually starting from the bottom. That means you need to have some kind of low offer where you can connect with your clients. It's, for example, when you think about Ascension Model in McDonald's, they have on the lower level, I think it's $1 burger. After that, this second level is you can have pack with your, I think it's Coke and what is that? The French fries. I'm really bad in that. I don't go to McDonald's, but and the third one is the family pack, for example. That means your price is going up. If you're in services, you have usually the entry offer something that is very cheap. That means you don't need to spend time on that. Maybe your small online program, maybe your some videos or some PDFs that you can actually send people, or maybe it's just like a really, really tiny, I don't know, model that people can implement. Like, for example, cash flow model I can show you what we use for finance, but it's something that you can offer people almost for free, but you put some small price on that. After that, you have second level in services. You can have something that will require 2 months of maybe program or 3 months of program, and will require a little bit of your time. That means you check with people. You want to be sure they're on the right way, on the track, and they still progress. And the last one can be your VIP offer, where you will actually spend a lot of time with people, with your businesses or with your clients, and you will ask, I don't know, you will have once a week, you will have a few hours with them. And that offer is usually, I don't know, can be $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, $20,000, is up to you. It depends what are your levels, what is your product and service, of course. That means be sure that you know what are your departments, your categories, the systems and processes. For me, sales process, again, I know exactly what I do when I cold call. I know what I do when I cold email. I know what I do afterwards. I have 24 hours time for example, respond or call them again. The major thing is you need to have your process. You need to test it, and you need to realize what is actually working for your results and for your business. Remember, everybody is different. You can't just copy something and paste. What I do usually in the program, we actually create a few different processes and we test them, and we actually see what works for people, and we evaluate, of course. That means think about that. There is a few different things in structures and systems we do. We also choose what are our prospecting and sales strategies, what we can actually implement, and we test it with clients because of the mixture of businesses we have. We have marketing people, we have coaches, we have real estate agents or owners, we have builders, building industry. We have so many different clients together in the course. That means we need to be specific in to their field. What is very important, for example, people don't know that there is actually finance or cash flow model that needs to be used. And usually people don't have any idea when they want to make, for example, 1 million revenue. Oh, sorry, when they want to make actually 1 million income, that is profit, that has to be revenue, I think is around 1.5 million. That means, just to be clear what we actually want to achieve and understand how much money we actually will have as a cash and our cash flow that we can use for reinvesting. It's very important to understand your finance, and it's very important to just don't let it go, because later on you need to probably hire someone. Some of you probably already have some employees or maybe contractors, and it's important to understand how we can actually plan ahead and how we can actually be sure that we can pay them next month. And all that is cash flow. I have the screenshot. That means that's an example. Basically, you can plan, you can have your prediction, you can plan for your services, for your sales, but also there is a lot of different sheets in this, and I can give you this. You can count it, you can put your prices there, and you will be able to see how much you have income for every month or revenue. And also there is a lot of different sheets. They showing you your actual expenditures and your contractors. That means you can see, or if you have employees, it's all counting for you. And third category, people. I do this a little bit different, because what is important for me first to understand, who are my people, who are my customers. I want you to really think about that, because people sometimes just go into business like, yeah, I'm going to sell all coaches, or I'm going to sell all, I don't know, accounting firms. It's not true. I was in a lot of accounting firms and I did a lot of workshops this year. And honestly, I know exactly who I want to work with. I love my clients, and my clients are usually very driven, looking beyond the goals, beyond themselves, not just looking like, yeah, I want to create income for myself and have salary. No, they actually look to help others. They look for something bigger and better. They look for deeper purpose. And I really like that, because I think it's so important to do something great with your business. Like, that's why we are in business, yes, because we want to have actually more money than usual. We want to have more freedom, but we also want to help people around us. We want to spend time with them, and we can do something great. And that's important to understand your avatar, your person, the person, or the type of business or type of person that you want to really work with, that you can create that connection and you can really enjoy your work. I had, really bad to say probably, but I didn't have great clients at the beginning. My first year was struggle, and I wasn't happy to go to my office and sit with them. I was like, something is, missing, something is not right. I probably didn't understand who I want to work with, but I can't complain now. I really, really love everyone. And people know, like, clients are laughing because I can get really emotional about it. I know it's getting weird, but it's amazing if you have the right people around. It's like you have your own team, and you realize that you have people that you don't want to work with. What you will do, you will probably fire them, or you will try to retrain them, but it doesn't work always, because you can't really change attitude that much, or you can't change personality. You can change people's skills, but it's really hard to change someone's attitude. That means you need to really understand the first part, environment. That means what attitude, what avatar you want. And of course, where your stakeholders, your mentors, your leaders, who you are modeling. The thing is, when I said at the beginning, you can actually learn the success. You can become successful. It's just a strategy. It's been done. If someone is achieving the results you want, you can basically model someone else's strategies. It's so important to remember that it is actually learnable. It's easy. And it's just to connect with the right people, right mentors, leaders, maybe have some coaches, and understand who you can model. Just talk to me if you want to ask about modeling. It's really important. We do really high level of modeling. We really talk to people about strategies. And that's why I also run, for example, podcasts, because I know I can meet people in business and I can have conversation with them, and I can share the conversation with you, and I can ask them what I want. And I ask different questions, because with different people you have different connections. But it's important to find who you want to be, who you want to model. I'm not saying the copy someone. That's not right. Don't copy what someone else is selling. Don't copy products or services, or take their posts and copy that and paste it into your. No, I'm talking about modeling. That means it's about behaviors, about thinking, what they do if something didn't happen well, or they made mistake. They probably not going to stop doing what they do. They're going overcome more obstacles. It's very important to understand that. And also in the program we do a referral strategy, the program, because you have people already around you, and you probably already do a lot of networking. And what happened to me when I started to do networking ages ago, I had so many business cards. I still have a lot of business cards. That's, you can see it's a lot, but now what I do, I put them into my CRM system, and I straight away connect with people. I straight away talk to people, straight away have a meeting with people. That means they're again steps and processes. That means if you go back to systems and structures, you set up process for your referral strategy, how you want to have it. But what does that mean is that when you go to networking, you know exactly what you're going to do. You know exactly how many business cards you want to get, but it's not about business card. It's about connection. That means you can plan for it, that you want to connect with 4 people, for example, and you want to have outcome, I don't know, 1 or 2 meetings from the networking. And after that, you want outcome, for example, to have 1 client, or at least to have another connection with those people. Major thing is, don't try to connect with everyone. Don't take all business cards. Don't try to follow with same message with everyone. It doesn't work. You need to figure out your own strategy, your own connection, and has to be really honest. It doesn't work when we just push it and we try to just get something. It has to be honest, and you need to see if you are able to help someone, and if the person is the right person, of course. That means the referral programs, we will talk about that, and implementation. Of course, implementation is the last part. That means if you know your your values, beliefs, you know what your business is doing, you know the purpose, your why, and you have your structures and systems and processes into place and the right people, right target audience, the right target market. Now you can go and implement what you want. You can take your action, you can have your action plan list. You know when you're evaluating, when you're planning, who is actually going to be around you, who is going to help you, and of course executing and deadlines. That means this is very basic and really fast forward through a critical alignment model. This is something I really, really use and I like to use, and I like to think through that model. Remember, it's thinking model. That means always when you have strategy, something in front of you, not strategy, but something, problem, issue in a company, you're thinking through actually those 4 steps. But this is all that needs to be learned. And the best thing is to do it all over again. And after a while, you will actually start to think through that. And what you can use right now, easy way, absolutely easy way, is probably 5 success principles. This is very quick. I will share that quickly with you. The 5 success principles is something that I use as a platform or as a framework for getting quick access to the issue or problem or process, and really understand what I'm doing and understand how I can change them. It's kind of like you implement one strategy, you check the operations if something doesn't work, and you kind of going back, you change a little bit, adjust a little bit, and again test it and see the result. There's a few things that we need to take care of because the business is hard, we know that, but we are great, we are smart, we can do it, and we just need a little bit of help through some different frameworks and different strategies. What is great, because there is a lot of them, I just want to be sure that you know about the success principles, because that's something that helped a lot. And success principles, that means it is first thing and most important thing is to know your outcome. After that, take action. Sensory acuity, behavior flexibility, and physiology, I will explain. That means when you think about outcome, imagine that you're in taxi driver, you call taxi driver, and he's coming to pick you up. You sit in the taxi now, and he's driving around, and he's asking you where you want to go. And you will say, well, Sydney. He'll be like, okay, great. He will come to Sydney or to some big city, and he's cruising around, and you will never ever come to the end point. You will never go, or you will never arrive where you want to be, because you don't know the name of the street, and you don't know the number, the home number or house number. That means remember that we need to be really clear about outcome. And now I'm talking about that, not only goals, but example with my clients where we started to do sales calls. And we were doing sales calls, and there was not a lot of success. And I was like, okay, let's have a look. Let's go back to that. And I used the critical alignment model. I said, okay, what do you believe you're going to achieve, or what do you believe about the sales calls? And she said, I don't know, it's very uncomfortable because I feel like I want to like push people and then try to sell. And I said, okay, but are you really trying to sell through the phone? And she was like, yeah. And I said, okay, that means we don't have clear outcome. Because through this first cold call or cold email or sales call, you don't try to sell. Guys, that's the major mistake. Our outcome from the first cold call or cold emails or on networking is just to create connection. That means what you do, you advertise another interaction. I said you call people just to ask them a few questions. That means only outcome you want is to have a chance to call them again or send them email or connect on a meeting. I said, that means your outcome is just another call. And she was like, oh, that's actually sounds much better. That's actually great. And she started to call people, and she got a lot of success, and she got a lot of meetings that week. And I said, how that changes your behavior and your attitude, because we know we just put sometimes the outcomes, they're not reasonable, or they're not realistic. I'm not saying if you want $1 million, you can't get it. That's the numbers are fine. You can get everything what you want. The major thing is the small processes and systems. We don't really set up the right outcomes for them. And after that, we feel like we didn't succeed. But she would probably succeed. She would probably get some yeses for meetings, and she won't still realize that actually the outcome is not sell from that call. But she will probably be able to do something, but she will struggle for a while, and maybe she's not going to get any meeting, but we know we want to have outcome from sales because we want meeting or we want something else, but we need to be clear on that. That means remember the first and most important thing, every activity you do today, tomorrow, think about the outcome you want from that activity. If you're browsing around social media and you're just posting whatever is in your mind and you don't have any marketing strategy, you don't have any like directions, like when, what are you posting, how are you posting, and what is the outcome of that post? What do you want from that post to happen or afterwards or in 1 week? If you don't know, then you don't need to do it, because there will be no success, there will be no result, there will be nothing. And when we talk about social media, don't worry, it's social media are really having ups and downs. That means you can see there is a lower part of the year, there's less interaction, there is the different part of the year, there's such a big interaction. That's the same thing, for example, now all over the festive season or school holidays, it's again different. But remember, you still need to keep your outcome as the first thing when you set up any post, any marketing, any sales. If you're going to networking events, just remember what is your outcome. It's not probably sales, even though you have sales in your mind. Of course, you want to sell because you have business. But the most important part is that you really want to make good connections, and you would actually meet someone very interesting. That means think about your outcome first, and don't just do things, because we will be ending up on the critical alignment model at the end in implementation all the time with no results. That means think about every activity. What is the outcome you want today, tomorrow, and Monday? Action. If you know the outcome, you can take action, of course. And actually, from outcome perspective, I really love Zig Ziglar quote. It's very funny. I use it a lot because I really like it, because he said, when you don't know where you're going or where you aim for nothing, you will hit it 1,000 times. And it's so true. That means remember, aim for something, aim for a clear outcome. Action, okay, based on outcome, we taking actions. And what basically that is saying, because sometimes we take action, it doesn't work, and we say, okay, maybe we should change our goals. The first thing we think about is maybe we should lower our goals. But a lot of people forget that actually you can change the process, you can change the action. That means from sensory acuity, be aware of when things probably need to be changed. Have that self-awareness about, okay, this strategy, I ran enough time. Put a time, put a deadlines, and understand how long needs to be something run. For example, I thought the Facebook, for example, Facebook advertisement or marketing strategies can be run for 2 weeks and that will be fine. That was ages ago. Now I realized the warm-up strategy has to be run for at least 3 weeks. When you run 1 month or 2 months strategy or campaign is amazing, because you are getting so many results and you're getting the leads. But if that didn't work, I had to change that. That means have that sensory acuity, understanding, self-awareness when things they don't work and they need to be changed. And I think you all know the quote from Einstein, that was to do the same things all over again, we are never going to get any other outcome or different outcome. That means we need to change things, how we do things. And behavior flexibility is connected with our behavior. If our attitude and behavior doesn't work one way and the strategy doesn't work, we need to be flexible enough to change that. And honestly, it's easy to say, but there is a lot of companies, when you think about Nokia, how amazing company it was, how amazing, that was great. That was the best phone. Everybody has first phone has Nokia, almost everyone. And when you think about that, they didn't have enough agility, they haven't been agile, they didn't adapt, they didn't come up with those amazing new iPhones and all those phones that we are using right now, and they can do everything. They just didn't adapt. That means they didn't have enough, behavioral flexibility. If you don't have enough behavioral flexibility in your business will go slowly down. That means remember, always take these success principles and have them actually in your mind. And physiology is the last small thing that I think Tony Robbins advertised that a lot, and a lot of other psychologists actually advertise that a lot, even when you are listening Jordan Peterson. It's physiology is the first and fastest change in our behavior. We can actually help ourselves through physiology. That means if you feel demotivated, tired, or you feel like you're going to procrastinate, or you don't trust yourself, or you feel like, you know what, it's just doesn't work and I just don't have energy anymore, go out, put your shoulders up, your chin up, and just walk for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and think about the moments when you were so proud of yourself, when something really worked for you, when you felt so great, proud on yourself, and you were really confident. Just go and do that walk. And I'm telling you, because the brain is connected with our body, it will actually change your state. And we need to help ourselves. That means have some different activities or different things that are helping you. Like I, for example, go for a run in the morning, and I still didn't have breakfast. I'm trying to actually do my morning part without food, and it's helping me so much because I feel I'm connected. I'm actually switched on, and I can connect with people better, and I can connect with myself. That means now I'm slowing down because I'm really fast. And yeah, those are 5 success principles. That means if you're going to do something today, think about your outcome you want, create an action plan that needs to be done, test it, do it, and have a look if that worked the way you want. If you achieved at least a little bit of that outcome, or have you been close to that outcome, or maybe you hit it. Just really have a look. And if you don't feel it, if you can't focus for 1-2 hours, just go out, walk, or do a little bit of yoga or breathing exercise. Do something that will help to change your body posture, because that will have really big kickoff into your brain and dopamine, and you will feel much better. That means, trust me, that's very important, because dopamine is really helpful when we want to be focused. And I will go through, that was basically done. I hope you got something. Please let me know if you have any questions about that. And happy to clarify, happy to have a call about that. And basically what I did, like a small little model for when we talk about behavior flexibility and we talk about sensory acuity, that means that self-awareness. I want you to see, probably some of you know the model from neuroscience, and basically what is happening with our thoughts or with events around us. We can get distracted. We can be getting emotional, and we don't want to get emotional. That means what, for example, business, you shouldn't be super sad or cry or be super nervous, or you shouldn't have really massive emotions about business. Business is business. Business is all about check the result. You see the finance, you see the dollar value, or you see the sales, or you see the number of clients. It doesn't work, needs to be changed. As I said in 5 success principles, something needs to be changed if you don't get results and you can't see the result in your bank account. Now, a lot of people get emotional. They get like, I don't know, struggle. They get sad, they get angry, frustrated. And it's all about thoughts we have. Business is business, and you need to keep it in mind. I mean, if you take away that thinking like, oh, I'm never going to achieve it, or this is never going to happen for me, and you start to create those negative emotions, I always said, just stop and go back and think about, okay, what was working in your business? What worked well? How much you moved, like we can't see it sometimes, but last year, I'm sure you moved forward in your business, even if it's small step forward. We don't usually go backwards. If you go backwards, please just call me straight away, because there can be maybe some small things that can be changed straight away. But think about that. We can come from anger, from fear. That means if we are scared that we are not going to make money, or we are scared that we are not going to have enough clients, it's creating negative emotions. And based on those emotions and feelings, we're creating bad choices, not that great choices and actions, and that will influence our results. This is basically our neurological process. That means we are thinking about something. Remember, have positive thinking. I'm not saying that you need to be happy for everything and you need to believe in the best thing ever, but think positively and come from acceptance. If something doesn't work, it was your behavioral flexibility and your self-awareness. If something doesn't work, it can be changed. Remember that. And when you will just take that thought in your unconscious mind, you will feel better and you will make better choices and actions and you will get better results. I want you to remember that, because based on our thoughts and what energy we'll give that thought, we will create the results. And a lot of people that they don't create amazing results. They can, because they're coming all the time from unconscious mind and from fear and anger and frustrations and judgment. Don't judge yourself, don't judge others, and don't compare yourself all the time, because we have our own journey. That means stay on your journey and try to create small step every day ahead. That's all what you need to do. Just one meeting that will move you ahead, move you forward. Just one, maybe book, one article that will help you to understand something better. Maybe this webinar, just you're already doing step forward. That means just keep doing that. And remember, you're moving forward. And that way you can probably push a little bit of positive thoughts into your mind, what is really important for your results. This can be explained many different ways, but I'm not going there because that is not class about our emotions and our thinking. But basically the strategy, what I was explaining in critical alignment model and 5 success principles, when we do things, I really want you to focus on environment, structure, and people, because if we know our avatar, our target market, we know in which niche we are, we know who we need to connect, and we need to understand what values and standards we are bringing. That means if you're a low standard person, that you don't want to do anything on time, or you don't come for the meeting on time, you don't dress up professionally, it probably, for me, doesn't make sense to work with that kind of person if that kind of person doesn't want to change. That means we need to understand there are some standards that are expected from us. And trust me, guys, we are already influencing a lot of people. If you're in business or you have career and you have your team, maybe you're working with people, you're influencing every person every day. That means how you show up, that's how you help them. That's how you inspire people. And we have obligation to keep going, trust me, because people are learning from us. People expect us to show them the way. And I believe you can do it. And that's important, that all starts with our values, our standards, how we show up, and actually how we can slowly grow our business. That means, remember, there's a lot of structured systems that I explain, Ascension Model strategies like prospecting strategies, referral strategies, so many of them. I'm not going into details because that's the major framework we do in the program. And I want everyone to have set up everything before they start to do action, because I don't want you to just run around and being busy. Like, everyone is busy and is not actually achieving the results they can. And last thing I want to share is some study cases that basically, I will talk about two different businesses because they're really, really different. And one of them is fashion designer, bridal dress, amazing dress, amazing lady, 30 years in designing. And other study case will be from real estate to business partners, absolutely different business. And that means I've tried to compare a few different, that was for me, I don't know, that felt like there will be great difference because it's art and housing and properties. That means it can be really great. What we did basically with clients, the lady basically she was the bridal designer. She was selling the dress for $3,500, what was absolutely crazy, because what she did, she was spending time with her clients. She were giving clients so much time to spend time on the wedding day, before wedding day, and she basically worked really hard. And her price was $300,500. I believe you can already see it. She was such a big mismatch for her market, because the clients she was getting, they were expecting, on like based on what she offers, they were expecting price $10,000 at least, or $7,000. And people, they came to her, they were expecting less, probably services, less personal attitude. There were people, they were just trying to buy by price, and they thought they are dressed in the shop. That means basically her price, her offer, her services were totally mismatched for market. Basically what we did, we evaluated the year, and she sold only 20 dresses annually. She was flying around for exhibitions, and she was attending so many things, and she spent so much money basically on that. And her revenue was 70,000 people, but profit for the year was only $6,000. Can you believe that? And she still didn't see that, because she is so passionate about what she does, and she loves that. And I said, that's such a sad, waste of talent. That means what we did, we evaluated, we did marketing mix, sales strategies. We actually stopped going to all around Australia and flying to all exhibitions and everything, because it doesn't need to be done that way. She can save her time, she can save money, and she can invest them different time. Because we changed the investing strategies as well. And basically she doesn't even need to do 20 dresses a year now. She can do 14 dresses and only 500 hours of work, because we hire some people, they do like a part of the dress at the beginning, that fitting part. And the revenue she achieved was $140,000 and profit $85,000 to $100. That means her 1 hour rate changed from $6 to $170 per hour. And I believe that's massive result for her. And it's absolutely amazing. And she can actually increase her business anytime, because now she can do even more dresses, because she's doing only 14, and she still has space to grow her revenue, and she can hire new people, and she can actually put a little bit of more work probably to other people. They tailor the part of the dress. I mean, it's a lot of things that we're planning for this. But that's the first one. And the second is, as I said, real estate agent. They are two business partners, and basically they were working in the market or area for $500,000 houses, and commission was 2.5%. That means it's around $10,000, and making 1.5 million. And basically how they work, it's crazy. Honestly, guys, I didn't have a soul that I was 7 days a week, all the time on the phone. Even through the meeting, they pick up phone like a million times, and they have around, I think it's 150 calls a day. But I think even if you are just admin person and just the call center, even though you can't answer 150 calls, it's craziness. That means they're under pump, and they're working so hard, and each four members of the team, they need to sell 50 houses. That means it's crazy numbers. And they wanted to have 5 million in 5 years. And basically their plan was to sell, instead of, I think 25 or 50 houses, was to sell actually, I think it was 250. That was a crazy number to sell so much, because that was only like selling and listing, I think, one house a day. What is not, that's crazy. Like that's not achievable by the work they already do now. Like they will be just increasing their workload. There is no space. They will be probably not sleeping. That means what we did, we changed the marketing mix, product mix, the strategy, how we're going to actually find the clients. Actually, we changed the target market. And only thing that we changed a little bit was the increase in commission. It was only 2.7%. That means the only 0.2. It was basically such a tiny increase in commission rate that you can't even notice. But we improved by, I think, $500,000 already. But what we did, basically, we, instead of selling 200 houses a year, and revenue on one was $10,000, we actually we count sales for next few years. And it was 1 year was 100 houses with $15,000 to $27,000 commission. And hours and days they want to work. They said they don't want to work anymore 7 days a week. They want to work actually 4.5 days a week. And they want to have people that will help them with calls. That means we counted, I think there was one more staff member just for the calls and for the administration part. And from a revenue perspective, we grew from 1.2 million to 2.7 million. And it's actually with less sales. That means we don't need to only think about our business from that KPI perspective that, yes, we need to increase our sales. Yes, we need to increase our customer base from 100 to 1,000. That's not always the case. I want you to start to think about your business different way. It is really important to understand there is a lot of different structures and systems within your business, a lot of marketing mix, product mix that can be changed. That means understand that you don't want to work more when you're already busy. I just want you to have more dollars in your bank account and just do it. Just do a little bit less, but do really smart action. Take really smart actions. And I hope I have permission. Please let me know if I have permission to give you actually a special thing that I was thinking today. Because our program starts 12th of January. I actually decided to give half price for deposit today, and it's only today for 24 hours offer. I know it's people told me don't discount anything, don't do it, but I just felt I want to do it today. That means what I did in general, the business program I ran is all about what we think about, like what we talked about already. It's assess your business from that perspective of marketing mix, cash flow, what we can change, strategies we're using, and strategies with people when you have your team, your team building, or when you are solopreneur, or when you work only for yourself, or you have one person that is helping you. We will access all your structure and systems, and we will start to co-create basically different behavior and different thinking in your business, that you will create you will work smarter, not harder. That's the whole point, what we want to do. And I believe you all want to have holidays, you all want to have weekends off, and I want you to be able to do it. I had my off time, and I ran campaigns last 3 weeks, and every morning or every evening, what I had to do was just check the campaign. But every morning I received a lot of emails with new leads. Why you don't have it? Even if you're on vacation, you just get notifications, that's all. But it's making you feel good because you don't need to work, because your system is working for yourself, for your business. And that's most important. That is what we do. It's basically the program is Improve to Influence, basically self-management, of course. That's the first part, where we're setting up the environment. That means we really understand where we are at, our values, standards, attitudes, and unlocking some limiting beliefs. Success principles we are using, and we're creating the goals and behaviors and mindset shift through actually this start. That means we really go deeper into your business. We do brainstorming sessions. And we after that, we jump through like a real market research, your avatar, your ideal client, your Ascension model. That means your own different pricing strategies, your sales strategies. You will have your marketing plan. You will know what you are going to do every week. You will have your plan, and you will evaluate at the end of the week, and you will actually see how your business is moving, and you will have your strategies. You can copy my strategies and implement them into your LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever platform you're using. And basically you can just model that, and you can get your leads as well when you're waking up in the morning. And we will do sales strategies. That means you will have your own sales strategies, your offline and online marketing, because not everyone is using online portals. We just started to do online business, and basically it's most of our clients coming from offline structure. But now when we just starting, we already have 3 weeks of amazing leads, and we have already database of 1,000 people. That is absolutely amazing work done in a few basically weeks. And I want you to have the same, and learn how to sell, learn some sales techniques, and understand that you can sell everything when you believe in your product and you have great product. If you don't have it, we'll have a look on that, what can be changed. But you will have your strategy, and you will test it, and you will see actually it's possible to sell. And it's not actually that hard. It's just real focus every day. And strategic thinking, we will do a little bit of profiling. I do meta thinking and disc profile for you, and change a little bit of strategic thinking and see what we can actually change, how we can influence our business with different decision-making processes, and how we learn how to evaluate, execute, and plan, of course. That means you will have your plan at the end. You will have your proper quarter planning, your annual planning. You will have your goal set up for 3, 5 years or 10 years. As I said, it's very different when you are heading. That means if you want your first $100,000, your plan will look absolutely different than someone else who wants to have second or third million. Or if you want to just have a create income for yourself, it will be so different as the person that wants to actually create asset and want to sell their business, and they want to actually make a few $1 million. And I always said I suggest to create asset, because if you're not creating asset, you're just working for yourself and creating basically employment for yourself. Let me start to think about that a little bit differently. And after that, we have 9 months of implementation. That means you have access to coaches. Most of the time I will be with you. I also have one of my colleagues that can help you with the business part of that. What we'll do, we will have some guests. We will have this really amazing guy from Melbourne talking about LinkedIn a little bit deeper, and some different social media strategies. And what is most important, I'm going to help you to change or upgrade or see what we need, your behavior, your thinking, and your systems, because systems are everything. Trust me. That means what I decided to do Next intake is 12th of January, as I mentioned. And I usually do like this thing, like you can scan the code, but I'm not going to give you normal price. Basically, normal price is 5,774 plus GST. But I always said you can pay 970 plus 400 a month. That means deposit is paid because basically today, tomorrow. But I decided to do half price of deposit. That means if you will pay 500 in next 24 hours, you can actually get your program. You can spend time with me next 12 months. It's not going to be crazy because we have 7 modules every fortnight. That means you will have your 7 modules done, prepared everything in your business, all structure. And after that, we will have 9 months of implementation. That means we will actually have and brainstorm your business. That means you will have proper coach, even though that will be in small group. The group is usually very small, there's a few people. And everyone is from different business, different industry. That means you can actually create your amazing connections within the group. That means there will be special offer. It's super cheap program anyway, but I decided to do it in next 24 hours and we have still 3 spots available. That means if you want to do it, what I will do, because you can't scan the QR code, we will do, I hope I put my phone, you can send me message, yes, on this phone number. I'm in Perth, Australia. And I will call you during the day. And if you don't have time, or send me the time if you want to send me time, but say yes if you're interested to jump and change your business and you want all these systems and structures implemented into your business and achieve finally what you want. And as I said, it is possible, it's doable. That means you're more than welcome to join us from 12th January. And that's all from me. And we are perfectly on time. It's 10. Yes. That means I did it in 1 hour. And have a beautiful day. If you have any questions and you want to stay, I'm happy to stay here. But enjoy your Wednesday. It's Thursday. Oh my God, it's Thursday. Enjoy your day. And I will see you hopefully 12th of January. I hope you have all my number. Do a screenshot of the screen if you need. And I will await your messages. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely day. Bye.